What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to LTM Week 2. This week we take on HunkyDonkey, the coach of the Garden State Arbolievas, and we are taking on the People's Champion, one of the most popular coaches in this entire league. And I'm excited to see just how well we can match up against him. But before we do, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And we're going to do a quick team builder before we jump into it. But of course, there will be timestamps down below if you'd like to skip ahead. Now, Hunky is rocking a really powerful team full of a lot of really great offense, a little bit of defense here and there, but it's a very offensive team. And so it's very easy to be overwhelmed by a team like this, especially the combination of Mienshao plus Terra, Braviary, Hisui. Those are both a really good physical and special combination, especially with Hisui and Braviary being his Terra captain. That's really difficult to deal with sometimes. Then we get another special physical pairing with Hydrapple and the Talonflame. Both, again, really great mons here. Talonflame offering the possible burn on contact or maybe even priority on a flying move. Probably the burn chance just because of the huge nerf to Gale Wings, but still. And Hydrapple is great. I think it's a really cool mon, especially in low tier. I think that it's really tough to take down because it's so bulky. Then we also have Orthworm, which has given us a lot of issues in just standard format, and Orthworm is even better in this format. It's so good. And then Regieleki, fastest thing in the game. Its coverage is limited, but still it's a really, really great mon. Torterra, great shell smasher, great bulky mon. It's got a lot that it can do, sets rocks, that kind of thing, really cool. Volcanion could definitely give us some problems. Dashbun gives a fire immunity, which honestly really hampers my Chandelure, which could suck. And then we've got Hisui and Quillfish for intimidate and just being bulky and annoying. And then finally Ambipom, a very much slept on threat with that skill link or technician plus loaded dice. This team's really cool. He built a really fun and really strong team. He was the wheel right after us. You know, we were picked 15, he's picked 16. And so he got some really cool stuff. And that's why I looked at it in pairs, because he was looking at it on physical special pairs for the most part. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. He took his Terra Captain right off the bat. It's really cool. I think the team that he's built is really good. However, there are a few things that I see that I can take advantage of, and a few things that are causing dilemmas. Number one, the ability on Kilowattrel is up for grabs here because we've got a Regieleki, which obviously we would like the immunity to electric, but we also have an Intimidate mon with Hisui and Quillfish where we would like competitive. So it's rough there as far as looking back and forth. Talonflame makes low kicks' matchup pretty rough, unfortunately, just because if we get burned, then that thing is completely useless. And then Dashbun also could be a problem, just because we would like to spam some fire moves in order to deal some damage to Orthworm, but obviously that's immune with Well-Baked Body. So there's some really nice synergy there between the Orthworm and the Dashbun. But what are we bringing this week? Let's take a look. Starting things off, of course, our Terra Captain Kilowattrel, and this week we're running Terra Ice. Terra Ice is really great into a lot of his team. It helps us hit Torterra, it helps us hit Hydrapple, it helps us hit pretty much everything that we need to hit, and so the combination of electric, flying, and ice is almost perfect coverage. It's really good. We've got Volt Absorb, that's what we ended up going with. I don't think that the Quillfish is as likely to come as the Regieleki is, so I'm just gonna go off of Regieleki coming and just go with this. And then of course Volt Switch in order to get switch initiative is always a good thing. Next up, Porygon Z, and we're bringing an interesting Porygon Z set. We're going with adaptability this week with Choppleberry for that Mienshao. This is really cool with Double Dance. You'll see why Double Dance is the play a little bit later in the team, but we're going Agility, Nasty Plot, and he doesn't have a normal resist outside of Orthworm, and so we have Shadow Ball just to hit that because this doesn't get a fire move or Focus Blast or anything like that. But yeah, this is great. Modest, max special attack, Gonna deal a ton of damage to anything that wants to try to switch in on this. And yeah, it's a really cool bring. Our third member is going to be Magnezone. That's right, I said that this might end up being a little bit redundant when I was building the team, but honestly, in this matchup, it's not, and I think it works really well. We're bringing boots here as well with Mirror Coat and Sturdy. I don't really value the possibility of doing magnet pull shenanigans here just because Earthworm also gets body press. It also gets earthquake. So I don't think I would really win that exchange even if I was going for body presses. So I'm not going to be going for that. I'm not risking that. So we have T-Bolt, we have Mirror Coat for all of those big special attackers, things like the Heat Wave coming off of a Braviary possibly. There are plenty of others there. Flash Cannon just for some generic coverage. There's nothing specific that I brought that for outside of maybe the Dash Bun, but that's not staying in anyway. And then of course Volt Switch for initiative. Next up, we have Chandelure, and we are bringing this thing in full force with choice specs. We want to hit as hard as we can. We are bringing Timid rather than the Modest, but honestly, it's fine. We've got Trick on here to possibly catch the Dash Bun because that's going to really neuter that thing, especially if it's like Wish Protect kind of shenanigans. That's going to really hurt that. Plus we've got the Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, and then for coverage we have Psychic. Really fun stuff there. Next, VIRIZION actually coming off the bench. I wasn't sure if I was going to bring VIRIZION much at all, much less week 2, but I actually think this has a decent matchup besides the fact that we are looking at a Talonflame and a Hisuian Braviary on the other side. Braviary doesn't do nearly as much damage, at least with its psychic moves, as what I was really expecting because of this thing's amazing speed def. We are obviously very much faster and we get Stone Edge. So whenever one of those wants to try to switch in on this, we click Stone Edge, and if it's a Talonflame, it drops immediately. If it's a Hisuian Braviary, it goes down in 2 hits. So really cool, again, depending on the Terra type, but really cool stuff. We're running a lot of HP and a ton of speed. We've got enough attack there to be able to OHKO a Talonflame, and that's really the goal there. But we're running dual screens, and honestly I think the fast screens make a lot of sense here and are really going to help us out. And then Aura Sphere so that we are not walled by Earthworm. And then finally, Flagon with Eject Button. This is a cool set. This is bulky Flagon with HP, defense, and speed. We have no attack investment. We honestly don't need any because we still are 3-shotting any Earthworm, and Earthworm really isn't doing anything back with us having Flamethrower, and that's normally what would be our best check. So if he does go for full Fizz Def as something for the low kicks maybe, then we don't have to worry about it. If he does go Speed Def, obviously we're going to do a little bit less, but still this thing is nice, and then Earth Power for most other things. We're bringing rocks this week because of all the flying types, and because my team really doesn't typically want to bring hazards. I think bringing the hazards is really going to throw off my opponent, and my opponent is going to really think I don't need boots. And this is going to possibly make you regret that and not have brought something like Defog possibly. We'll see, I don't know. And then we've got U-turn. The eject button is so that we can take 1 hit from a triple axle possibly and then get ejected out and not have to worry about it, or to catch like a U-turn, and that way we can get switch initiative and one of our big hitters doesn't have to take a bunch of damage. Either way, I think eject button is a really nice tech here, and I really like this team. So that's our team for this week. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I know I am. I got to chat with Hunky quite a bit before we had our match, and I really think he's a cool guy. He's really cool, and so make sure to check him out. He's of course linked in the title of this video. Awesome dude, definitely deserves your support. So let's go ahead and jump into the battle. All right, here we go, and this is certainly not quite the team that I was expecting. I wasn't quite sure if Torterra was coming or not. Orth definitely makes a lot of sense here. Braviary definitely coming. Hydrapple definitely coming. But I was on the fence about Torterra. I didn't really think that the Quillfish was going to come. So that's a little interesting. but we will see what he wants to do with that. Kind of wishing I brought competitive instead of the Volt Absorb now, but oh well, what are you gonna do? And I think we just lead with our Kilowattrel once again. He does have a ground type. We have to be careful about that, but he did bring both things that are 4 times weak to ice. We know that his Quillfish or his Braviary is Terra Flying this week, so that's good information to know. He didn't bring Dash Bun, so he doesn't have the fire immunity, so that helps Chandelure out a little bit. So we'll just have to see what we can do here. Not exactly what I was expecting, but hopefully we'll be able to do some work here today. If you haven't checked out Hunky, of course, make sure to do that. Really awesome guy. We got to chat a little bit before the match. That lead makes sense. And so he's really cool, and I'd definitely check him out. Okay, I'm just gonna click Volt Switch here. I don't think that you want to just go hard into the Torterra turn 1, just because he knows I'm Terra Ice. So that is one really nice deterrent, and we are also scouting for possible Scarf here. He does hard switch. Okay, makes sense. I get it. And goes into Orthworm. Okay, that's fine. And that does not that much. We expected this to be more Spadef based. Volt Switch. Oh yeah, you're very Spadef. You're very, very Spadef. How Spadef are you? Volt Switch, you might even be AV, because Volt Switch does, to max Spadef, it does 29 to 35. I don't even know if it did that much. So this might even be AV, which is good to know. And I think I go Shandy here. Could have gone Flagon, I guess, but I think Shandy's the way to go. And I mean, what is your switch into this? I mean, you don't have the little doggy this week, so I mean, how much does this do? Flamethrower does a ton. Yeah, Flamethrower does a ton here. Max Spadef does 143, so I'm not worried about if he's. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much free. It hits his entire team for at least neutral, so that's fine. He is Intimidate, man. Yeah, I wish I'd been competitive, but that's okay. Flamethrower comes out. Oh boy, that did so much. That did so much. I think I just click this again and just take this out. That did so much damage. Oh my gosh. We'll take it though. I mean, and honestly, this thing's pretty expendable because this was here for low kicks, and we didn't bring low kicks this week. So yeah, that's good with me. I'm glad I didn't give up my specs yet. That, you know, obviously neutering Quillfish is fine, but I'd rather just get rid of it and maintain my specs so that later on I could trick it on something else. And we do take this out. Cool. So Quillfish is gone. Very good. Good start. Pretty good start. I don't know what he wants to go into now. Probably Mienshao, I would imagine. That would make sense to me. Yep. And probably just goes for the knockoff here, I would assume. And so what I'll do is I'll go into Flagon, and I think that this is a pretty good switch. We're bulkier Flagon this week, which is cool. Unfortunately, we don't get Roost anymore, which really sucks. Definitely would have helped this out. But gonna go for the knockoff. Yep, makes sense. And unfortunately, it does knock us off before our eject button activates, which is unfortunate. But I'm gonna click Stealth Rock here, and if he switches out, that's pretty much gonna guarantee that he's choiced. I guess we could check to see how much that did. 363 down to 229. That is 134. He does switch. So he dealt 134. Are you jolly? That's probably just jolly max attack. That's most likely what this is. We do carry flamethrower on this for the. It wasn't for this, but I mean we'll take it. If you want to try to shell smash in my face, then you're not gonna like it. How much do you? You take about half with no bulk. So if you shell smash here, what do I do? What's my counterplay to that? I think I have to flamethrower here just to get some damage. Yeah, that's pretty much no bulk. Zen headbutt and misses. That's an unfortunate miss. Really cool. What is that for? What is that for? VIRIZION, I guess? I don't know. I'm gonna click flamethrower again. I don't think he has a great fire switch in here, and of course this now reveals that Orthworm is not a good check to this, which is good. So I'm honestly okay with getting damage off on this. Really cool. That miss does suck, but it definitely was not taking us out, seeing how we are bulky. So I'm okay with it. It'll be fine. Goes ahead and switches out once again into Mind Shout. Okay, free damage on Mind Shout, and we're getting some rocks chip now. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, I mean that's okay damage. Like I said, I think he's just max speed, and Jolly probably goes for the Ice Spinner here, I would imagine, which could get this in. Do I need this? Do I need this if he does click the random fighting move? It would be nice. It's my Braviary check. I probably should keep that around. Yeah, I mean, if you click Spinner, obviously this is free, but this is also dealing a lot of damage. Do I just let Flagon take the hit here? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll just Earth Power here. I don't know that I want Shandy taking a bunch of damage if he ends up clicking the knockoff, predicting it. Yeah, U-turn. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And I mean, he can't go Orthworm here. He has to expect me to be clicking Flamethrower once again, just because that's what I've just been clicking over and over. I haven't needed to click anything else. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're chipping everything down. We're slowly getting things in range of possible Porygon Z in the end game. We just have to get Virizion in at some point and get some screens going. The no shell smash, hopefully on Torterra, will hopefully be helpful. Goes into this, basically sacking it. I'm fine with that. Earth Power, gonna do a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like almost none. But we then just switch right back to Flamethrower. I mean, you don't really have a great fire switch in this week without having the dash button. So I'm good with that. Bulky Flagon just kind of sitting, and I like it. This was a set that I was kind of on the fence about as to whether or not I should bring something like this, especially without Roost anymore. I just don't think it's as good as it used to be. But here it is, putting in some work, and I'll absolutely take it. I will absolutely take it. And I don't think that he necessarily expected Chandelure, or at least me to be Specs anyway, just because, man, that did so much damage. But yeah, Quillfish being gone is fine. It really doesn't have a huge purpose in this match, just because pretty much my entire team is special this week. So yeah, there's Woodhammer, that'll probably take me out, but we probably double down here, right? So Tort takes down Flygon and itself. Yeah, so okay, so on the double down, I go into this every time. I don't really want to overthink it. It's my fastest mon. Minshao probably is the only thing that's outspeeding me on this team. Again, I'm assuming that this thing is scarfed. That's my assumption anyway. And that would make sense. So we're gonna go ahead and go into that. That's just the easiest thing. If we don't like our matchup, we click Volt Switch and we're all good, and we're back to where we started. So that's fine. Again, I'm not going to Terra yet because I don't want to possibly take a big hit. I mean, and now that your ground type's gone, Volt Switch is even more free. I mean, but what is your... I mean, you could go Hydrapple on a T-Bolt, but I mean, then I just Terra Ice and it goes down. I'm clicking T-Bolt. I'm clicking T-Bolt. If you want to go into Hydrapple and force my Terra, by all means go for it. But I don't think you really want to do that, honestly. Yeah, it does switch, which means that he might not be scarfed. I don't know. What do you go into? This is gonna take a lot. This is gonna take a lot. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean you're bulky, so that's fair. Volt Switch, free damage. Might as well. And I think we go VIRIZION here, actually. I think that's the play. I think that's the play. Man, if I'd been weakness policy Porygon Z, that'd been wild. That'd been absolutely wild. Set up agility, take a body press behind screens, and then just start bashing. Man, that'd been the play. Oh well, what are you gonna do? that would have been fun. But I don't know. PZ's just not bulky enough to where I trust that. Yeah, so Volt Switch, we're gonna give a little more chip. If he has rest, now's the time that he's gonna go for it. He also doesn't have Talonflame, so our VIRIZION is a lot safer than what it was going to be before. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll go ahead and go into this and Smackdown. Ooh, cool tech. Cool tech. I like that. I like that. So here's the thing. Do I value screens more, or do I want to go for a Stone Edge predicting the Braviary to come in here? Honestly, I think I'm okay to just click Light Screen here. And if Braviary comes in, it comes in. I honestly think it's fine. It'll be okay. Could I have predicted this? Sure. I probably should have just clicked the Stone Edge there, but it's all good. Light Screen is still going to be really nice for helping us to take those hits from that, and we'll have to kind of get a feel for what kind of damage that thing can do. But so VIRIZION with Light Screen up is pretty dang bulky on the special side, I have to say. Yeah, we do see the switch. Is it Braviary? Could I have? I bet that is Braviary. Yeah, I could have called that. Dang. All right. So how much damage are you? You are not KOing me, and I deal half to you. Well, Hurricane kills. Hurricane kills through Light Screen. But yeah, that Light Screen is super nice. Could call his agility, honestly. How bad do I need VIRIZION in this game? At least, do I need... He's not Boots. So he could be like Life Orb, maybe. If he's Air Slash, we live, I think. Let me make sure. Air Slash. Yeah, we actually... it's a roll, but it's in our favor. I'm gonna click Stone Edge, call on his agility. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see what happens. Because if he goes for the Psychic type move, then I do not go down. Oh, I didn't calculate Terra. Yeah, I go down here. That's fine. Honestly, it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. Yeah, there's Terra flying, makes sense. But I have to make sure that he doesn't just get set up for free. Yeah, and we're faster anyway, so that's gonna deal so much damage. Oh my gosh. Goes for that. That's not gonna KO. Nope, we're gonna live that. We're gonna live that because of the... Yeah, we're gonna live that because of that. So I think we click Stone Edge again. I think you're faster than me now. Maybe. We're running a lot of speed this week. So maybe it depends on... I think it depends on your spread. But yeah, we're running a lot of speed this week, and we ran Stone Edge just for stuff like this. Man, if I caught that switch in, and I could have just two-shot him, but What are you gonna do? I just don't want this thing setting up for free, and we were faster anyway, so it's free damage. I also don't want you just roosting on me right now, if that's the case. It does go for another Esper, and we live! We live! VIRIZION, let's go, come on. Oh my gosh, of course. Of course, why wouldn't this be how it goes? If I lose on that Stone Edge miss, I'm gonna be really upset. Yeah, I'm gonna be really upset. At least the crit he got didn't matter, but still. That's super annoying. That's super annoying. We go into this. Yeah, we're still behind light screen, so we're good there. Yeah, I think I just volt switch. Yeah, we just volt switch here. Because I want to just whittle down the Min Xiao. Also, I haven't been paying attention if Min Xiao is Regenerator. I just thought about that. Probably should have. Probably should have been paying attention to that. But I haven't been, and that's on me. That's on me. But yeah, it's really a matter of, does he want to let this go down? You know, I don't know if he does. Heat Wave does not KO. Esper Wing's doing 0. Yeah, we take that all day long, and we'll take this out with a Volt Switch. Cool. This thing's out of here. Terra Captain eliminated. So Brave took out VIRIZION, and then Zone took out Braviary. Okay. On the double down, we go back into this. There's no reason for me to go anything else. I don't have a reason to switch into anything else at this point. And again, I've saved that Terra Ice. He still has Hydrapple, which does not want to take a hit. He still has Min Xiao, which doesn't want to take a flying move. And he's got Earthworm, which is getting whittled down to the point where I don't think it can take another T-Bolt. I don't think that it can, anyway. I don't remember exactly how much it's at, but I feel like it was at like a quarter, maybe less. So definitely pretty close, if not in T-Bolt range. So we absolutely will take that if that happens to be the case. So it goes into Paycheck. I don't think we've seen this yet. Yeah, that's the Hydrapple. And I think we go for the Terra Ice now. Yep, I think now is the time. Now is the time. And if he wants to switch into something else, we're gonna two-shot it, so that's fine. He wants to force my Terra, by all means, go for it. Yeah, he's gonna pull the double. That's honestly fine. I'm really not worried about it. Yeah, it goes into Orth. Makes sense. Makes sense, but we'll two-shot this, and it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and take the bait. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. We're in a spot where we can, and it's all good. But yeah, Terra Ice is exactly what we needed for this week on Kilowattrel. I think this absolutely was the right play. And yeah, Terra Blast is going to do about -3 damage to Earthworm. Yeah, this is going to deal about -3. Yeah, pretty sure he healed there. pretty sure he healed on that one. But we'll Volt Switch out and then get a good matchup for the late game. So I think we're doing okay. And this was his only normal resist. So honestly, I can go into PZ on this and eat my Choppleberry and go from there, I think. So PZ into Min Xiao if it's Scar. CC cannot kill. CC absolutely cannot kill at all. He would have to be Reckless High Jump Kick. In which case, if he ends up locking himself into a fighting move, then we have Chandelure in the back. So, that's fine. Do I need to Nasty Plot at this point? I don't, well, maybe for Hydrapple, but I don't for Min Xiao. No bulk Min Xiao just goes down to a tri-attack, just straight up. So, That's interesting. We are slower than Manchow, guaranteed. But I don't know. He's just been playing it as if he's not scarfed. I don't know. But honestly, I think I just click try attack. I don't think I try to set up here. Yeah, I don't think I try to set up here. I think I just click try attack. He is regenerator. Okay, because yeah, he's back at full. So that means he shouldn't be able to KO me, I don't think. Because CC does 95 maximum through Chopple. So just for knock, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And we just click try attack. And that just goes down. Cool. Pori takes out Manchow. And then Hydrapple is all that is left. And I think we just bash this with try attack until we go down. I don't think there's any reason to try to preserve differential or anything on that. I don't think that's the way to go about this, just because I have a Terra Ice Kilowattrel in the back that I can just go into for free, and I don't want to have to take a flamethrower for no reason. Yeah, I don't want to have to do that. So yeah, I just click try attack here. It's just gonna just to deal some damage, and we'll take that Earth Power. Are you scarfed, Hydrapple? God, that did so much. Yeah, he's scarfed Hydrapple, which is a fun bring. Really cool. We don't have an immunity to that, do we? No, not anymore. Not since we Terra'd. We just let this go down. That's fine. Takes out Pori. That's fine. And then we just go Kilo here. And we just click Terra Blast and should be able to wrap this thing up, I think. Right? We should be faster than Scarfed Hydrapple, I would think. Yeah, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. So Kilo, taking out Hydrapple, and that is going to be the whole game. So good game to HunkyDonkey. I have been looking forward to this matchup. It's a cool matchup. That Braviary is super scary. Braviary was so good into my team, man. Really cool. Really cool team. I think if he had brought Dash Bun, he probably would have done a lot better, because I leaned a little heavier into the fire type of damage this week, and so I was able to get away with a lot with Chandelure and with Flygon, so that would have helped him out a lot. But I mean, besides that, I think just being able to switch around was really good. I don't think low kicks would have done all that much in this matchup. I mean, it would have done a little bit of chip, but I don't know. I think Magnezone was probably the better play than low kicks in this instance, and so it all kind of worked out. So really cool stuff, really awesome. Next week we've got another really awesome match for you, and tomorrow UNPL finals go up against Gentleman Thomas, and I am absolutely looking forward to that. You all need to check that out. It is a match for the ages. Really cool. So until next time, stay safe out there, stay healthy. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.